Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever wondered about a faith born in, well, paradox? A tradition that champions profound peace, universal equality, yet at the same time forged this lineage of quite formidable warriors. Or maybe how a spiritual path rooted so deeply in one small region has now blossomed into this global phenomenon, influencing communities, individuals, really across continents.
It's quite the story.
It really is. Today we're embarking on a truly immersive journey, a deep dive into the rich, vibrant tapestry of Sikhism.
Yeah.
This deep dive is designed to be your shortcut to understanding. Our mission really is to illuminate how this unique identity, fundamentally centered on universal equality, an unwavering commitment to justice, how it grew from its relatively humble 15th century origins in Punjab into the global force it is today.
All right.
We'll trace its spiritual foundations, explore these pivotal moments of, frankly, profound courage and sacrifice, and observe its continuous evolution. See how it adapts while holding fast to its core principles.
And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is observing that dynamic evolution. It's a journey spanning over 2 centuries of living gurus, moving from the visionary, egalitarian teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
The founder.
The founder, yes, to the formalized collective warrior identity embodied by the Khalsa. We'll meticulously explore these pivotal moments, dissect the core principles that have sustained this faith, and really try to understand how it continues to adapt and thrive in the modern world, facing contemporary challenges with this ancient wisdom.
It's that blend, isn't it?
Absolutely. We'll delve into the precise social and political conditions that acted as a crucible for its birth. We'll uncover the unique, indispensable contributions of each of the 10 gurus and analyze how powerful institutions like the Langar, the community kitchen, not only embody its values but demonstrate them at an absolutely astonishing global scale.
That scale is something else.
It really is. Our journey will map its complex history of conflict and remarkable resilience, explore how its widespread diaspora has continuously reshaped its identity, and break down the profound symbolism behind its vibrant festivals.
Okay.
We'll also unpack deep theological concepts like hukam and nam. We'll survey the incredible modern contributions of Sikhs globally across various fields and address the ongoing internal and external challenges the community grapples with today.
So, a lot to cover. Let's begin that journey then, in 15th century Punjab. The crucible, as you said, where Sikhism was forged. Now, this wasn't a peaceful, idyllic setting, was it?
Far from it, no. You have to imagine a transitional zone caught precariously between these powerful, often conflicting worlds, the Muslim Mughal influence on one side and the established Hindu kingdoms on the other.
Right.
Sources from that period, they paint a really stark picture, describing the region as characterized by, quote, great jealousy and hatred between these dominant religious groups. It was volatile.
So constant tension.
Constant tension, widespread societal friction, a profound struggle for social cohesion. It was, you could say, ripe for a radical change.
And you mentioned the Hindu world.
Yeah.
Well, what was the internal situation like there? Because it wasn't monolithic either, right?
Not at all. Beyond that macro-level religious tension, the internal social landscape for Hindus was, frankly, particularly dire, compounded by centuries of entrenched practices. They were deeply divided by what contemporary accounts called the accursed system of castes.
Ah, the caste system.
Exactly. A rigid hierarchical structure that condemned a huge segment of the population to what our sources describe as a wretched and despicable condition. It's hardly surprising then that many from these lower classes, desperate for dignity, desperate for freedom from this pervasive discrimination, they sought an escape.
And some found that in Islam.
Many did, yes. Many found it through conversion to Islam, which, at least on the surface, offered a more egalitarian alternative. This deep-seated social stratification was a critical, festering wound in the societal fabric. It really set the stage for a message of radical equality to take root.
And it wasn't just the social divisions causing problems, was it? There was a spiritual dimension to the crisis, too.
Absolutely. A deep spiritual malaise. The religious leadership, particularly the Hindu priests, they were described in sources as base and corrupt. They had, tragically, reduced spiritual life to mere forms and symbols, lacking real life and spirit.
So rituals without meaning.
Precisely. All about outward appearance, rigid rituals, empty ceremonies, none of the underlying moral integrity or compassionate action or true spiritual depth that could actually uplift a suffering populace. It sounds like a world just crying out for authentic spiritual guidance.
Yeah, you can feel that need.
Indeed. And the cumulative consequence of all this, the corruption, the division, the spiritual emptiness, was a populace our sources describe as sunk low in vice, ignorance, and superstition. The masses weren't only suffering from these internal societal ills, they were also victims of tyranny and oppression in several forms from the ruling powers.
A truly desperate time.
A desperate, chaotic time. A perfect storm, really, that made the land fertile for a revolutionary spiritual and social reawakening. This profound historical social context is absolutely crucial to understanding why Guru Nanak Dev Ji's message resonated with such immediate and lasting power.
And that profound reawakening came through Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Born into this complex, fragmented world, his journey towards enlightenment culminated in this, well, truly transformative moment around the age of 28.
The story of the river, right?
Exactly. He disappeared for 3 days while bathing in the Vein River. And when he reemerged, he was utterly transformed, uttering a declaration that would shake the foundations of society. There is no Hindu, there is no Muslim.
Wow, just fundamentally challenging the whole structure.
It wasn't just a philosophical statement. It was described as a God-inspired revelation, marking the unequivocal beginning of his public preaching and essentially the birth of Sikhism. It just fundamentally challenged that very notion of religious exclusivity.
And what Guru Nanak brought forth, they weren't just abstract concepts, were they? They were foundational principles designed specifically to cut through the existing divisions and corruption and offer a new path for everyone.
Like Ik Onkar.
Exactly. First, he taught Ik Onkar, one creator, emphasizing the singular unity of God. One timeless, formless creator transcending all religious labels and distinctions, a radical departure from polytheistic tendencies in Hinduism, and a kind of unification of monotheistic principles found in Islam.
A unifying vision.
Truly. Then there was Nam Japo meditation on God's name, focusing on remembering the divine name, internalizing God's attributes. This wasn't just chanting by rote. It was about a deep, conscious connection with the divine presence within.
In practical life, he didn't advocate dropping out of society, did he?
Quite the opposite. He championed carrot honest work, advocating earning a living ethically, diligently, self-sufficiently. A direct contrast to the prevalent asceticism that often involved renouncing worldly life and, begging.
Right, and he also taught Van Chaco. Can you explain that one?
Yes, Van Chaco, promoting the sharing of one's earnings and serving the community. This was a radical idea of communal support, resource distribution, directly challenging those deeply ingrained social hierarchies and the individualistic spiritual pursuits common at the time.
And what's particularly striking about his vision is that active denouncement of asceticism, isn't it? Things like sannyasa or bhikshuhood, celibacy, renouncing worldly life.
He rejected them outright, passionately championed the householder's life, Garahasti Jivan, stating pointedly that, quote, salvation is not incompatible with laughing, eating, playing, and dressing well.
That's a powerful statement. Living fully is the spiritual path.
Exactly. It was a revolutionary affirmation of active, engaged living. He famously demonstrated this practical piety as a youth when he refused to wear the janu, the sacred thread worn by upper caste Hindus.
Why did he refuse?
He asserted that true protection, true spiritual connection comes from internalizing God's name, not through empty rituals or external symbols like a thread. That act of defiance was a clear statement against the prevailing social and religious norms, emphasizing inner truth over outward show.
So he had these radical ideals. How did he put them into practice?
Well, to concretely manifest these revolutionary ideals, Guru Nanak established a spiritual commune at Kartarpur on the Ravi River around 1504. Here, he lived not just as a profound spiritual guide, but actively as a, quote, teacher, poet, and leader, cultivating a living model of his teachings.
And Kartarpur is where the Langar started.
Precisely. It was in Kartarpur that one of Sikhism's most iconic and enduring institutions, the Langar, community kitchen, was born. This innovation wasn't just a communal kitchen, it was a profound act of social engineering, designed specifically to dismantle caste and class barriers.
The Langar truly is revolutionary. It's a community kitchen serving free vegetarian meals to everyone who enters, without any distinction, religion, caste, social status, gender. Just think about that for a moment. 15th century India, where caste dictated everything, especially who you could eat with.
Absolutely. Langar was a direct, practical, daily embodiment of the very equality Guru Nanak preached. It directly manifested his teaching of Van Chaco, that sharing principle, fostering profound unity by literally bringing people from all walks of life to sit side by side on the floor sharing the same food.
A radical act of leveling.
Completely. And the commitment to Langar goes even deeper. The preparation, the serving of these often immense meals, it's entirely done by volunteers. through seva.
Seva meaning selfless service.
Selfless service, exactly. This reinforces the core Sikh ideal of serving others without any expectation of reward or personal gain. It's not just charity. It's a spiritual discipline in itself.
And the scale today is just mind-boggling. At the Golden Temple, the Harmandir Sahib in Amritsar, how many meals daily?
Over 100,000 meals are served daily by volunteers, making it one of the largest free kitchens in the world.
Incredible.
And the reach extends far beyond Amritsar. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Sikh langars stepped up in an astounding way, providing free food to thousands globally, from besieged communities in New Delhi to vulnerable populations in the UK, Canada, the US.
I remember seeing those stories.
There's even a truly astonishing report of an 81-year-old Sikh man single-handedly feeding 2 million people on a remote highway in Maharashtra, India during the lockdown.
2 million, wow.
It's a living, breathing testament to their unwavering commitment to selfless service on an unimaginable global scale.
So from Guru Nanak Dev Ji's foundational vision, Sikhism then matured, shaped over the next couple of centuries under the guidance of 10 living gurus.
That's right. Each guru built upon the preceding teachings, adding unique, indispensable dimensions, progressively formalizing the Sikh identity, the doctrine, the institutional framework into what we recognize today. It's a remarkable example of spiritual continuity and evolution.
A continuous, organic evolution. Let's touch on some of those key contributions. Guru Angad Dev Ji, the second guru.
Yes, Guru Angad Dev Ji. He succeeded Guru Nanak. He not only consolidated the spiritual message, but crucially, he standardized the Gurmukhi script.
Gurmukhi, the script used for Punjabi in the scriptures.
Exactly, standardized from a collection of pre-existing scripts. This wasn't just academic. Gurmukhi became absolutely fundamental for widespread Punjabi literacy, enabling common people to read and write, and, most importantly, for the future compilation and dissemination of Sikh scripture. He also significantly strengthened the Langar system, ensuring its continuity.
Then Guru Amar Das Ji. He pushed social reform even further.
He really did. Guru Amar Das Ji deepened the social reform aspect, expanded Langar even further, making it a mandatory requirement for all visitors, regardless of status, to eat there before meeting him.
Wow, really enforcing that equality.
Cementing its role as an undeniable symbol of universal equality, breaking bread across traditional divides. He was also a fierce advocate for significant gender reforms, actively abolishing sati, that horrific practice of widow immolation, and actively opposing purdah, the veiling of women, and the practice of dowry. Incredibly progressive for the 16th century.
Truly ahead of his time. And Guru Ramdas Ji, the fourth guru. He founded Amritsar.
Yes, Guru Ramdas Ji focused on centralizing worship and fostering urban development. He founded Ramdaspur, which we now know as the holy city of Amritsar, meaning pool of the nectar of immortality. He initiated the excavation of the Amritsar itself, the pool of nectar. This was the humble beginning of the construction of what would become the iconic Golden Temple, giving the community a physical, spiritual, administrative center.
Leading us to Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the fifth guru. His contributions were monumental, weren't they? And ultimately tragic.
Monumental and pivotal, absolutely. By 1604, he had meticulously compiled the Adi Granth, the first volume, establishing the definitive Sikh sacred text.
And this included hymns from others besides the gurus.
Yes, a crucial point. It included hymns from the preceding gurus, but also profound spiritual compositions from other enlightened saints, both Hindu and Muslim, solidifying the scriptural identity but also embracing a universal spiritual message. He also oversaw the completion of the Golden Temple, the Harmandir Sahib, and in 1604 reverently installed the Adi Granth within its sacred precincts, making it the central point of Sikh worship.
But then came the martyrdom. This is where the story takes a dark turn.
It does, a profound and tragic turn. In 1606, Guru Arjan Dev Ji faced immense pressure from the increasingly intolerant Mughal Emperor Jahangir. For steadfastly refusing to convert to Islam, upholding his spiritual principles, he was brutally tortured and martyred.
The first Sikh martyr, the Shaheed.
The first Shaheed. And this wasn't just a death. It was a profound transformation for the community. It hardened their resolve. His sacrifice solidified his place, yes. But it wasn't just a loss, it was a critical realization. Spiritual freedom, they understood, might require defending it with physical might. This painful lesson directly informed the next guru's approach.
Which was Guru Hargobind Ji, his son.
Exactly. Guru Hargobind Ji ascended to guruship at just 11 years old, and he fundamentally transformed Sikh identity by introducing the Miri Puri concept.
The two swords, Miri and Puri.
That's it. Wearing two swords to symbolize both temporal Mary and spiritual Puri authority. A revolutionary declaration, integrating the spiritual path with the defense of justice, indicating that political engagement wasn't separate from religious life.
So the saint soldier ideal starts here.
It truly crystallizes here. He wasn't merely a spiritual leader, he initiated the Akal Sena, the first formal Sikh army, and built the Akal Takht, the throne of the Timeless One, right next to the Harmandir Sahib, establishing Sikh political authority and formally embedding a martial tradition within the faith, creating that archetype of the saint soldier.
So with Guru Hargobind, that ideal takes root. How did the next gurus navigate this? Balancing strength with compassion. We have Guru Har Rai Ji and Guru Har Krishan Ji.
Right. Guru Har Rai maintained a significant military force, showing commitment to defense, but his primary focus shifted more towards welfare, notably setting up hospitals, dispensing medicines, balancing martial readiness with compassionate service.
And Guru Har Krishan Ji, he was very young.
Incredibly young, became guru at age 5, renowned for his profound wisdom and selfless seva. Tragically, he cared for the ill during a smallpox epidemic in Delhi before succumbing to the disease himself at just 8 years old. These gurus powerfully highlighted that ongoing balance, spiritual strength, defensive capability, and unwavering compassion for all.
The path of sacrifice continued with Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, the 9th guru, another pivotal martyrdom.
Absolutely. His martyrdom in 1675 in Delhi, by order of Emperor Aurangzeb, was another defining moment, cementing Sikhism's commitment to universal religious freedom. He was executed for steadfastly refusing forced conversion to Islam. And notably, he specifically defended the religious freedom of a group of Kashmiri Pandits, Hindu Brahmins, who sought his protection.
So he died defending the rights of others, not just Sikhs.
Precisely. This act profoundly enhanced Sikh identity, marking them as champions not just for their own faith, but for the fundamental right of all people to practice their conscience freely. He's revered today as Hindi Chadar, protector of India's honor.
A powerful legacy. And the accounts of his martyrdom are harrowing, involving his companions too.
Yes, the historical accounts describe how, with chilling brutality, before Guru Tegh Bahadur's own execution, his closest companions, Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Dayal Das, and Bhai Sati Das, were horribly tortured and killed right in front of him for their unwavering steadfastness, their refusal to convert, a testament to the immense courage of those early Sikhs.
Which brings us to the 10th guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, taking leadership after his father's martyrdom at only 9 years old.
Incredible responsibility at such a young age. And his most significant transformative act was the formal consecration of the Khalsa, the collective body of initiated Sikhs, in 1699 on Vaisakhi at Anandpur Sahib.
This was the formal creation of the warrior community.
Yes, but it was much more than that. He administered Khande Bataidi Pahul, also known as Amrit, the nectar of immortality, a sacred initiation ceremony involving a double-edged sword and sweetened water. Given first to the Panchpir, the 5 beloved ones. This created a disciplined, committed community bound by a strict code of conduct.
And this is where the 5Ks come in, and the name Singh and Co.
Exactly. He introduced the iconic 5Ks, the external articles of faith, and bestowed the egalitarian surnames Singh, meaning lion, for males, and Kaur, meaning princess, for females, effectively abolishing caste distinctions within the community.
A radical move for equality.
Absolutely. And in another truly revolutionary move, in 1708 before his passing, he passed the guruship not to another human successor, but to the Guru Granth Sahib.
To the scripture itself.
To the scripture itself, establishing the divine word as the eternal guru and temporal authority. He passed that to the collective Khalsa, known as the Guru Khalsa Panth.
Ending the line of human gurus.
Precisely, ensuring the faith would forever be guided by scripture and collective leadership, preventing any single human from claiming absolute authority, safeguarding against corruption or personalization of the divine message.
So let's talk more about the Guru Granth Sahib. More than just a book, it's the living, eternal guru.
Far more than a book. Its compilation began with Guru Nanak's own compositions, carefully preserved. Guru Arjan Dev Ji meticulously undertook that immense task of compiling the Adi Granth, the first volume, by 1604, including hymns from gurus and other enlightened saints, Hindu and Muslim, showing that inclusive spirit.
And Guru Gobind Singh Ji finalized it.
Yes, the final complete version was compiled by Guru Gobind Singh Ji between 1706 and 1708, incorporating the sacred hymns of his father, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. It's vast, 1,430 pages, and uniquely arranged in 31 ragas.
Ragas being musical modes?
Exactly. Classical Indian musical modes. Think of them as melodic frameworks, each designed to evoke specific moods, emotions, spiritual states, bringing the hymns to life through sound and emotion as they're sung, kirtan.
And its status as eternal guru is paramount. When Guru Gobind Singh Ji passed the guruship to it,
It signified a profound theological statement. The Shabad, the divine word contained within the scripture, is the ultimate spiritual authority, the perpetual guide. That's why Sikhs commonly prostrate before the Guru Granth Sahib when entering a Gurdwara, the house of worship.
it's reverence for the living guru, not idol worship.
Precisely, a profound act of reverence, symbolizing its living status, a tangible expression of deep respect for divine wisdom.
And daily devotion, nitnem, reinforces this connection.
Yes, Nitnam is another core practice. It involves reciting 5 specific banis, sacred compositions, Japji Sahib, Jap Sahib, Tak Prasad Savai, Chapai Sahib, and Anand Sahib. Primarily done in the early morning, Amrit Vela, the ambrosial hours before dawn.
And the purpose isn't earning rewards.
No, the goal isn't accumulating merit. It's about maintaining profound spiritual alignment, fostering what's described as a conversation with the guru, cultivating a focused, happy mind through deep understanding and internalization of the Gurbani, the guru's hymns, a daily recommitment.
Now, beyond the Guru Granth Sahib, there's also the Dasam Granth. What's its status?
The Dasam Granth, it's another important religious text, traditionally attributed to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, though its precise compilation and authorship are subjects of ongoing scholarly debate among Sikh academics.
But it's still used.
Oh yes. It contains a rich collection, hymns, an autobiography of the Guru, letters, theological discussions. Compositions from the Dasam Granth are integral to Nitnem, the daily prayers, and also central to the Amrit Sanchar, the initiation ceremony into the Khalsa. So, while its origins might be debated, its spiritual significance for many Sikhs remains undeniable.
We mentioned the Gurmukhi script earlier. Its standardization by Guru Angad Dev Ji was foundational.
Absolutely cannot be overstated. Giving a consistent script to the Punjabi language made it essential not only for widespread literacy, empowering common people, but crucially, it served as the designated vehicle for accurately recording and preserving Sikh scripture. It's revered as tailor-made for Punjabi, ensuring the sacred texts could be authentically transcribed, widely disseminated, and read by the masses, safeguarding the integrity of the message for generations.
Okay, let's circle back and dive deeper into Langar, because it embodies those core values so practically.
It really does. Theologically, Langar, the free vegetarian meal served to anyone and everyone without distinction, it's a direct, tangible challenge to centuries of entrenched social hierarchies. A powerful daily promotion of universal equality.
It embodies Van Chaco, the sharing principle.
Directly. Emphasizing communal sharing, actively fostering unity by literally bringing people of all backgrounds to sit together on the same level, sharing the same food, a radical leveling of the playing field.
And the element of Sava, selfless service, is key here too.
Absolutely central. The preparation, cooking, serving entirely done by volunteers, dedicating time and effort without expectation of reward, reinforcing that core Sikh ideal of serving others as a spiritual discipline. It transforms a meal into an act of profound devotion and community building, fostering humility, collective responsibility.
And the scale today. Over 100,000 meals daily at the Golden Temple alone.
Astounding. And its reach is truly global. During COVID, Sikh Langars stepped up incredibly, feeding thousands globally, New Delhi, Mumbai, the UK, Canada. That story, that 81-year-old man in Maharashtra feeding 2 million, it just shows this isn't just historical, it's a living, powerful commitment.
A practical humanitarian faith in action. Now, the Khalsa, formally consecrated in 1699, this was the formalization of that warrior identity.
It was, but also much more. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, administering Amrit to the Panch Pierre, the 5 beloved ones, it formalized the Sikh warrior identity, yes, integrating spiritual principles with an unyielding commitment to justice and defense of rights. He also introduced the Sikh Rihat Maryada,
The code of conduct.
the distinct code of conduct, giving Sikhism a clear, cohesive corporate identity, unifying the community under shared principles and practices.
And central to this Khalsa identity are the 5 Ks, the spiritual uniform.
That's a good way to put it. They aren't just symbols, they are tangible commitments to the Sikh way of life. Visible articles of faith reflecting discipline, purity, unity, moral integrity, and that commitment to defending justice. A constant outward reminder of inner vows.
Okay, let's break down the significance of each one. First, quiche, uncut hair.
Quiche. Arguably the most recognizable K. It symbolizes accepting God's creation as perfect, beautiful, a commitment to living in harmony with divine will, rejecting altering the natural body. It represents spirituality, humility, a saintly appearance. Historically, it was also a marker of identity, making Sikhs easily identifiable, crucial during persecution.
Next, Kanga, the wooden comb.
Kanga. Practical for maintaining quiche, yes, but it represents much more. Symbolizes cleanliness, discipline, tidiness of both mind and body. A reminder to keep thoughts and actions organized, pure, just like one's appearance. Maintaining order within, externally and internally. Mental and spiritual discipline.
Then Kara, the steel bracelet.
Kara. Worn on the wrist. A perfect circle, no beginning, no end. Profoundly signifies unity with God and the Sangat, the community. A constant, tangible reminder to restrain from evil deeds, uphold righteous conduct, always remember guard. A symbol of unbroken connection, commitment, self-restraint.
Fourth is Kachera, the cotton undergarment.
Kachera symbolizes sexual restraint, modesty, promoting ethical conduct, self-control in personal life. Historically, it also symbolized readiness for battle, being agile, unencumbered. Speaking to both moral uprightness and practical preparedness for the saint soldier, purity and discipline in all aspects.
And finally, Kirpan, the small sword or dagger.
Kirpan. Crucial to understand emphatically, not a symbol of aggression or violence.
Right, that's often misunderstood.
Very often. Instead, it serves as a powerful reminder of the Sikh's duty to defend truth, protect the weak, actively fight against injustice and oppression. It embodies divine grace, self-respect, dignity, representing the obligation to uphold righteousness even when it requires courageous action. Its wearing is strictly governed by the code of conduct, never for personal gain or aggression.
And this commitment to the Khalsa code has had real-world implications, leading Sikhs to advocate for religious accommodation globally.
Absolutely. Challenging norms. A compelling early example is Harbans Singh Jabal, believed to be the first turban Sikh in Britain to wear a police uniform back in 1970.
A significant step.
Huge step in recognizing Sikh identity in Western institutions, allowing Sikhs to serve in public roles without compromising their articles of faith. A testament to their unwavering dedication to their distinct identity, even in new lands.
Now, the history you mentioned earlier, forged in fire. Periods of intense persecution really shaped Sikh identity.
They absolutely did. Those brutal martyrdoms, Guru Arjan Dev Ji in 1606, Guru Teg Bahadur Ji in 1675, by Mughal emperors. They weren't just tragic events, they were existential threats. Their steadfast refusal to convert in the face of death profoundly solidified Sikh identity, and directly led to formalizing the Khalsa as an order dedicated to defending freedom of conscience and religion for all. Faith required fortitude.
And the early battles under Guru Hargobind Ji reinforced this.
Yes, they played a critical role. He actively engaged in multiple conflicts, defending the nascent Sikh community and its distinct identity against Mughal aggression. A clear signal. Sikhs wouldn't passively accept oppression, they would actively rise to defend their beliefs, their people, embodying that Miri Piri ideal in practice.
This era of resistance led eventually to Sikh sovereignty. Banda Singh Bahadur plays a key role here.
A key figure in that transition, a devoted follower and general of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. After the guruship passed to the scripture, Banda Singh Bahadur was entrusted with temporal leadership. He launched daring military campaigns, famously toppling the oppressive Mughal stronghold of Sirhind in 1710, establishing the first Sikh state.
And he implemented social reforms, too.
Radical social reforms, most notably issuing land title grants directly to the tillers, effectively ending the exploitative feudal zamindari system, demonstrating Sikh egalitarian principles in governance.
After Banda Singh Bahadur, we see the rise of the Mizls, the confederacies.
Yes, the Sikh Mizls rose to power, powerful regional groupings. Nawab Kapoor Singh was instrumental in organizing the Dal Khalsa, a unified military force, bringing these groups together for collective defense and expansion.
And Jassa Singh Ahluwalia,
a supreme commander of the Dal Khalsa, became a revered figure, earned the title Sultan ul Qawm, King of the Nation, for his heroic act of rescuing Hindu women from the Afghan invader Ahmad Shah Abdali, showcasing that Sikh commitment to protecting everyone, regardless of faith.
This consolidation led to the Sikh Empire under Maharaja Ranjit Singh.
Exactly, the culmination. Under his visionary leadership, he successfully unified the Mizls, forming a powerful, expansive empire, an independent country under Sikh rule from 1767 to 1849. His reign is often seen as a golden age. Military strength, yes, but also religious tolerance, administrative efficiency, cultural flourishing, unprecedented stability and prosperity for Punjab.
And he was responsible for the Golden Temple getting its gold.
He was. During his reign, Maharaja Ranjit Singh undertook extensive, magnificent renovations of the Harmandir Sahib, rebuilding it in exquisite marble and copper from 1809, and most famously, in 1830, overlaying its sanctum with brilliant gold leaf. That's why it earned its popular name, the Golden Temple, solidifying it as a shining beacon of Sikh faith and political power.
But the empire didn't last long after him. The Anglo-Sikh Wars followed.
Sadly, no. After his death in 1839, internal disorder, succession struggles. The British East India Company, already increasing military strength nearby, saw an opportunity. The First Anglo-Sikh War, 1845 to 1846, ended with the Treaty of Lahore. Sikhs ceded territory, paid a large indemnity, weakened their dominion.
And the Second Anglo-Sikh War,
fought in 1849, sealed the fate of the independent Sikh state, culminated in the Battle of Gujarat, leading to the complete annexation of Punjab into British India, the end of the sovereign Sikh state. Profound loss, but also a catalyst for future movements aimed at preserving Sikh identity under colonial rule.
What movements emerged post-annexation?
Several vital ones. The Singh Sabha movement, launched 1873 at the Golden Temple, aimed to reform Sikhism from within, addressing the erosion of distinct practices under British influence and the resurgence of Brahmanical rituals.
And there was internal debate within that movement.
Oh, yes. A crucial struggle between Sanatan Sikhs, who generally saw Sikhism as reformed Hinduism, more inclusive of diverse practices, and the Tat Khalsa, who campaigned fiercely for a distinct, exclusive Sikh identity, emphasizing strict adherence to the Guru's teachings.
And the Tat Khalsa view prevailed.
Eventually gained dominance, yes, leading to the removal of idols and Brahmanical practices from the Golden Temple by 1905, further solidifying a unique, separate Sikh identity.
This momentum continued with the Akali movement, the Gurdwara reform movement.
It did, gaining significant traction between 1920 and 1925, aimed at securing Sikh control of their historic shrines from corrupt hereditary priests, the Mahants, who often exploited pilgrims, and from British influence. This widespread agitation led to a monumental achievement, establishing the Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee, the SGPC, in December 1920.
The SGPC, which still manages Gurdwaras today.
Exactly. Its legal constitution by the Sikh Gurdwaras Act of 1925 effectively placed control and management of all historical Sikh shrines under the elected SGPC, a powerful step towards Sikh self-governance and safeguarding their religious heritage.
Now let's shift focus to the global Sikh community, the diaspora. Its identity has been profoundly shaped by migration and historical events.
Absolutely. A story of courageous migration, difficult adaptation, remarkable resilience, early North American migration, late 19th, early 20th century, first Canadian Gurdwara in Golden, BC, 1908, serving sawmill workers, first U.S. Gurdwara in Stockton, California, 1912, foundational steps in the West.
But it wasn't an easy welcome, was it? They faced significant discrimination.
Immense challenges, blatant systemic discrimination, restrictive prejudice laws, the Naturalization Act of 1790 requiring citizens to be white, the Alien Land Act of 1913 prohibiting land ownership for Asian immigrants, the Immigration Act of 1917 creating an Asiatic barred zone banning Asian immigration outright, a real struggle for basic rights and dignity.
And the Komagata Maru incident really highlights this.
A particularly poignant, dark example, 1914. A ship chartered by a Sikh entrepreneur carrying 376 South Asian passengers, mostly Sikhs, seeking a new life in Canada, denied entry in Vancouver due to Canada's discriminatory continuous journey law, forced back.
And tragically, people were killed upon return to India.
Yes. On its return to Calcutta, British police opened fire on resisting passengers, killing at least 19, a powerful symbol of the racial discrimination and injustice faced by early Sikh immigrants, a scar on Canadian and British history.
Then came partition in 1947, another cataclysmic event for Sikhs.
Devastating. Brutally divided Punjab, the Sikh homeland. Widespread sectarian violence, mass migration of millions of Sikhs to the India side, leaving ancestral properties, numerous holy sites in Pakistan. This profound displacement and loss contributed to a distinct, often defensive Sikh identity, intensified calls for autonomy, a sense of collective grievance, unique heritage that resonates powerfully even today.
After World War II, significant migration to the UK began.
Yes, particularly 1950s to 1970s. Many Punjabi migrants, predominantly Sikhs, moved to the UK to fill labor shortages, manufacturing, public transport, contributed significantly to rebuilding and enriching British society. Southall, West London became a vibrant hub, home to one of Europe's largest Sikh temples, establishing a strong, visible community presence.
Then we come to 1984, a deeply traumatic year for Sikhs globally. Operation Blue Star.
Seismic impact. June 1984, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi ordered Operation Blue Star, the military assault on militants fortified within the Golden Temple complex. Resulted in many deaths, including pilgrims. Significant destruction of the Akal Takht, the invaluable Sikh reference library with irreplaceable documents, described by Mark Tully as the Sikhs 9/11, highlighting the profound trauma and desecration.
And that was followed by the anti-Sikh riots later that year.
The tragedy deepened. October 1984, Indira Gandhi assassinated by her Sikh bodyguard in retaliation for Blue Star, immediately triggered horrific anti-Sikh riots across India, massacre of thousands of innocent Sikhs.
How did these events impact the diaspora?
These twin traumas spurred further migration, significantly strengthened diaspora communities, fostered a deep sense of betrayal by the Indian state, a distinct commonality among Sikhs globally, united by shared trauma and grievance. This period also saw the diaspora become a willing supplier of logistical and financial support for the Khalistan movement seeking an independent Sikh homeland. Gained momentum in the 80s, though largely petered out in the 90s as the insurgency subsided.
And the challenges didn't end there, post-9/11 backlash.
Unfortunately, yes. In Western countries, Sikhs, often identifiable by their turbans, faced mistaken identity, wrongly associated with groups responsible for the attacks, leading to increased prejudice, hate crimes, discrimination. This tragic misidentification spurred increased awareness campaigns, efforts to clarify Sikh identity globally, educating the public about who Sikhs are, what their symbols truly represent: peace, service, justice, not aggression or extremism.
Despite all these challenges, Sikhs continue to maintain and adapt to their identity. How do they do that in the modern era?
Through various dynamic approaches. For instance, some communities are adopting eco-cremation electric furnaces, integrating modern environmental consciousness with traditional funeral practices, demonstrating a forward-looking approach.
And gurdwaras remain central.
Absolutely vital community hubs. Centers for worship, yes, but also crucial for cultural preservation, language education, Punjabi and Gurmukhi social centers binding the community. The digital environment, too, plays a crucial role, enabling Sikhs worldwide to engage with the Guru Granth Sahib online, access diverse views. You can even receive a hukamnama, the daily spiritual guidance, online.
And advocacy groups play a role.
Definitely. Organizations like the World Sikh Organization of Canada actively advocate for Sikh rights, religious freedom on national and international stages, ensuring their voice is heard in policy and public discourse.
Let's talk about Sikh festivals, vibrant expressions of faith and history. Vaisakhi is a major one.
Arguably the most significant. Marks the formal consecration of the Khalsa by Guru Gobind Singh Ji in 1699. Involves the Amrit Payan, the initiation ceremony.
And it's also the Sikh New Year. And linked to Guru Nanak's birth.
Yes, widely celebrated as the Sikh New Year, time of renewal, joy, vibrant parades, community gatherings. And interestingly, some historical sources also link its observance to Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday, traditionally April 14th, making it a multi-layered celebration, birth of the founder, birth of the collective identity.
Then there's Hola Mahalla. That sounds different, more martial.
It is. Unique festival, initiated by Guru Gobind Singh Ji himself. Distinctly martial, a counterpart to the revelry of the Hindu festival Holi. Instead of colors, Hola Mahalla features impressive mock battles, horsemanship displays, dynamic martial arts demonstrations by Nihang's the Sikh warrior order. Powerfully showcases the Sansipahi ideal, the saint soldier, physical prowess, readiness for defense, integrated with spiritual devotion.
And Gurparabs.
Gurparabs are profoundly significant commemorative celebrations, honoring the birthdays or martyrdoms of the Sikh gurus. Solemn yet celebratory days for reflection, prayer, kirtan, hymn singing, community gathering, ensuring the legacies and teachings of the gurus are continuously remembered, internalized.
Finally, the Shahidi Jor Mila. This one sounds particularly solemn.
It is an annual event at Fatehgarh Sahib, commemorating the martyrdom of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's two younger sons, Sahibzada Fateh Singh and Sahibzada Zorawar Singh, walled alive by the Mughals for refusing to convert. This event profoundly highlights the immense sacrifices made in Sikh history for faith and principles, a powerful reminder of courage in the face of tyranny.
Moving to the heart of Sikh theology, Two core concepts, hukam and nam. Let's start with hukam, divine will.
Yes, hukam refers to understanding and abiding by God's divine will, the universal law, the core belief that the entire universe operates in God's hukam, an overarching cosmic order dictating existence, creation, destruction, implying an acceptance of divine orchestration in all aspects of life.
And it interacts with concepts like karma and reincarnation differently than in some other traditions.
Fascinatingly, yes. Hukam and God's grace, referred to as Nadar, Mehar, Kirpa, Karam, fundamentally override traditional systems like karma and samsara, reincarnation, as understood elsewhere in South Asia. The Guru Granth Sahib states, "The body takes birth because of karma, but salvation is attained through grace."
So grace overrides karma.
It elevates divine will and compassion above mechanistic retribution, suggesting ultimate liberation isn't just a consequence of deeds, but an act of divine favor received through surrender to hukam. It resonates with divine providence, or God's will, in Abrahamic faiths, like Islam's qadar, where God's ultimate plan governs existence but softened by the possibility of divine intervention or mercy.
Can you give an analogy?
Imagine a mighty river. Its flow is an unseen, powerful current that's hukam. We're like boats. We can paddle against it, struggle, get exhausted, or we can understand its flow, adjust our sails, navigate with purpose, find peace within its power. It's about recognizing the grand design and aligning oneself with it, not blindly resisting.
Okay, now nam, the divine name, more than just chanting.
Much more. Nam Japo means meditation on God's name, yes. But it's about deep understanding, internalization, remembrance of Gurbani, the Guru's hymns, which are manifestations of the divine name. It's through consistent, loving remembrance and practice of Nam that one ultimately reaches eternal bliss, God realization, transforming consciousness, connecting with the divine.
But the Guru's guidance is essential here.
Indispensable. As sources highlight, without Guru, one cannot attain Nam, emphasizing the vital role of the Guru's wisdom in unlocking this spiritual path.
Does nam have parallels in other faiths?
It shares profound affinities. For example, with the Bhakti tradition's emphasis on japa in Hinduism, repetitive chanting or devotion to a divine name as a direct path. Similarly, in Islam, the Sufi practice of Deek, remembrance of God, involves repetitive invocation or contemplation of divine names and qualities, aiming for a direct mystical connection. So while distinct theologically, these traditions share that common thread seeking spiritual union through focused remembrance of the divine name.
And central to understanding hukam and nam is the Sikh nature of God, strictly monotheistic.
Distinctly monotheistic. Sikhism strongly emphasizes Ik Onkar, the one creator, one God for all, irrespective of how different religions or cultures refer to him. This universal oneness underscores Sikhism's inclusive spiritual message.
And the concept is panentheistic, God both beyond and within creation.
Exactly. Panentheistic God is both transcendent and immanent, described as existing in a nirgun avastha abstract, formless, existing alone before creation. Yet simultaneously, God is intimately immanent, actively pervading the natural world, dwelling within everything, especially the human soul. As the Guru Granth Sahib says, God resides in the soul, and soul is contained in him.
But definitely not the Hindu Trinity.
Crucially, no. Sikhism explicitly rejects the Hindu trinity of Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, maintaining its distinct monotheistic and panentheistic framework.
Okay, let's look at Sikhs in the modern world. Incredible contributions across diverse fields, science and innovation.
Absolutely. Towering figures like Narinder Singh Kapani, the father of fiber optics, revolutionized communication. Gurtesh Singh Sandhu, a prominent inventor in semiconductor technology, shaped our digital age.
Politics as well. Significant global presence.
Definitely. Dr. Manmohan Singh, former Prime Minister of India, known for crucial economic reforms. In Canada, Jagmeet Singh, first Sikh to lead a major federal political party. In the U.S., the first Sikh Attorney General in New Jersey, demonstrating leadership, public service globally.
And sport.
Sikhs excel there, too. Kamaljit Sandhu, recognized as a sprint queen, showcasing excellence and determination, highlighting the community's drive in diverse arenas.
Beyond individual achievements, that spirit of humanitarian aid, social justice is so strong, especially Langar.
Deeply ingrained, Langar extends far beyond gurdwaras. Sikh charities, volunteers providing free meals to homeless, needy in cities worldwide, UK, Canada, Australia. Active seva, selfless service, is a living cornerstone, exemplified historically by Pai Kanhaiya.
Who gave water to wounded soldiers on both sides.
Exactly, regardless of allegiance, embodying universal love.
And organizations like Khalsa Aid and United Sikhs are major players in disaster relief.
Prominent players. often among the very first responders globally, Hurricane Harvey, other crises worldwide, actively embodying the principle of Sarvaptapala, welfare of all, extending help to anyone in need without discrimination, a global commitment to humanity.
Environmental action is also growing.
Significantly, deeply rooted in reverence for creation. EcoSeek, launched 2009 with UNDP support, champions a Sikh climate ethic, coordinates annual Sikh Environment Day, March 14th. By 2025, had planted over 400 microforests globally. Practical, profound commitment to ecological sustainability.
Despite these incredible contributions, the community faces ongoing challenges, internal debates, like any global group.
Naturally. Institutionally, the SGPC, managing historic gurdwaras, has faced contestation over leadership actions, including controversial historical demolitions of heritage structures, sparking internal dissent.
And debates about gender equality.
An ongoing, vital internal dialogue. Specifically, debates around women performing kirtan, hymn singing, at the Golden Temple. Tradition versus progressive interpretation. Projects like I Am Kaur actively work to empower women, promote gender equality in households, leadership.
There have also been reports of harassment.
Disturbingly, yes, reports of bad touch harassment faced by women in queues for the main darbar at the Golden Temple highlight ongoing issues needing resolution. And despite egalitarian principles, efforts continue to address persistent caste prejudices lingering in some segments.
What about broader social issues?
They exist too. Concerns like the opioid crisis in parts of the community. While source details are limited, reports suggest it's a growing concern, especially among youth, requiring proactive community support, education. The SGPC has also launched drives to counter conversions, particularly to Christianity, by educating Sikhs on their faith's tenets.
Politically, the Khalistan movement still has relevance.
While it largely petered out as an insurgency in India in the 90s, it continues to have contemporary manifestations and support in parts of the diaspora. Public denunciations by Canadian MPs of attacks by Khalistan supporters, protests at religious sites in Canada, the killing of Canadian Sikh activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar in 2023 sparked serious international allegations of Indian extraterritorial repression of Sikhs, highlighting ongoing political tensions, identity struggles with global ramifications.
And climate change remains a challenge despite efforts like EcoSeek.
Of course. Like all communities, the broader issue of climate change remains an ongoing existential challenge, actively addressed through theological reflection and practical action.
And the pandemic showed adaptability.
A powerful demonstration. Faith communities, including Sikhs, rapidly expanded online presence, virtual gurdwaras, services, maintaining spiritual connection, communal support, continuing seva during crisis, showcasing capacity to evolve, innovate, while staying true to core values.
So if we connect this all back, the bigger picture, Sikhism emerges as this truly remarkable tradition, defined by unwavering commitment to justice, equality, selfless service, from revolutionary origins to its significant global impact today.
Absolutely. A powerful living narrative of resilience, community, service, constantly adapting, embodying its principles.
So what does this all mean for us, for you listening right now? Sikh history shows us that true strength isn't just about physical power, is it? Or even just intellectual understanding. It's about the profound courage to stand for universal human rights, to serve everyone without distinction, and to continually adapt, innovate, without ever losing sight of those fundamental core values. How can we, in our own daily lives, embody that powerful spirit of Saint Sipahi, the Saint Soldier, balancing that inner peace, compassion, spiritual discipline with outer action for a more just, equitable, and compassionate world around us? It's a question I think for all of us to ponder and hopefully act upon.
A powerful thought to end on.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep striving for a more equal and compassionate world. We're learning with you every step of the way.